So I think that it's better to record to have small topics during one video, like 15 minutes for a topic, because it's the time I can keep my attention on, and I can be quite fluent about some particular topic, because somewhere about 20-25 minutes I start feel tired about talking without any stops on one particular topic. And maybe the best way to do this type of things is to record three videos on 15 minutes topics with some pauses between them. This way I can have a little time to recover between the videos, and maybe the quality of the second and the third video will be much better when compared to the way I record the whole video at once. So I think the first topic I want to talk about today is the world of viruses, Trojans, and other malicious programs with which I am familiar at some level. When you read some general article on computer security, the main thing the authors talk about is viruses. And virus is a program that can add itself to the normal program, infect this program, and also viruses can replicate and infect other programs on the computer. That's why this type of malicious programs was called viruses, because they act as the viruses in the nature. In the nature before, I don't know, in the health, the viruses that human organism can get from the nature. So this name is just this name for the computer viruses shows the behavior of this type of malware, which is malicious programs. And viruses were popular in the beginning of the computer era, somewhere in 1980s, and in 90s, and even in the first, in 90s and in the first 10 years of 2000. I don't know how to say this correctly, and I think till the 2015. And now viruses became less popular, maybe because to write the virus you need lots of work to do, lots of knowledge how to infect the correct program, how to infect true official program on the computer correctly. So the virus, the execution of the virus didn't disturb the normal execution of the program. And even with this type of behavior, when when you have the computer that is infected with viruses, there is no much benefits of creating this virus to be replicated, because the useful payload of the virus is of any malicious program is something that this program can do with the computer of the victim, and then and this action must be in the favor of this hacker, the virus writer, and so on. So one of the most common goals of the virus writer is to steal the information from the computer of the victim, or create the botnet, adding the computer of the user into the huge botnet network, which is controlled by some control center, and this center is under control of this virus writer. And to perform these actions, the malicious program has to have the ability to send the data through the internet, or to just to send the stolen data through the internet, or to establish the internet connection to this control center, which is the heart of the botnet. Because without these actions, there is not much profit for the criminal to spend his time on writing the virus that can be replicated on the computer of some user, and then this virus will just live on the computer, doing nothing but being the addition to each program. So the idea is that describing the way the virus replicates itself on the computer of the user, and then this description gives the nature of the virus as the type of the malicious program, as the method of the malicious program to survive in the world, in the wild, in the world of operation systems of different users. This description of the virus doesn't give any details about what is what is the purpose of this virus. That's really cool to see the virus for the first time, to explore the way this virus exists on the normal program. For example, the starting point of the program is usually called entry point, and very often viruses add themselves to the end of the normal program, and they change the original entry point of the normal program to the entry point that points to their code at first. And when the user who doesn't know about his programs being infected by the viruses, when this user executes any program with the virus, first the execution of virus begins, and then after the virus stops working, it makes like jump to the old entry point of the program, and then the program itself executes, and the user doesn't see the difference because the calculator starts the way it always started. This execution of the virus didn't make any delays in the starting of the calculator application, for example, because contemporary modern processes allow to perform lots of operations during very short time, so the average user doesn't even notice the difference between the running time of the normal program and of the infected program. So really, when you explore the world of the viruses for the first time, it's really exciting to see the ways the virus infects the normal program, because there are different ways of do the stuff. Like virus can keep the original entry point intact, but at some point of the execution of the normal program, the virus can put the jump instruction to its code in the end of the normal program, and then after the viruses executed its code, the execution moves back to the normal program, to the point from which this jump was performed. And in this case, it's even more difficult to find the way to find the point where the virus put this jump inside the code of the original program. Yeah. So these are two main types of getting the execution for the virus that infected the original program. And during the time of the execution of the virus itself, some different events happen. Like the virus has to perform some useful for the malware writer action. let's say, collect the data from the computer, some personal information, and then send this data to through the internet, if it is available, to the some remote server where the malware writer collects all the information from all the infected machines. And then, after this useful payload of the virus, the malicious program needs to perform the algorithm of replication itself and scan the computer of the user for the normal programs that were not infected yet, and then infect them. Yeah. And from the point of view of computer security specialists, it is possible to cure the viruses on the program so that the original program, the infected program was restored to the original state as close as possible. In this case, in the case when the virus moves the original entry point to its body and then gives the execution back to the original entry point of the normal program, the computer security specialist can create an algorithm that will cut off the body of the virus, because this body is usually attached to the end of the normal program. And before this, this algorithm will define the place. We'll define the original entry point of the program, the place where the virus will give the execution back. Yeah. So after the original entry point of the file is restored, then the body of the virus cut off, and usually the normal program is almost restored. Maybe virus changed some characteristics within the within the header of this program, but usually they are not critical. So after this curing of the virus, the program is quite alright. It was restored back to its original state. The algorithm of curing the virus, when it put this jump somewhere inside the program, and when the original entry point of the program stays the same, this algorithm is more difficult, because it's necessary to determine the place from which this jump was made to the virus, to the body of the virus, and then find the last jump back, and then just link the first jump with the second jump, so that the execution of the original program continues without this shift to the execution of the virus. And after this, the body of the virus is cut off as well, and the normal program is restored. Yeah. Well, this really sounds cool, and it's really interesting thing to explore these types of viruses and find the way the virus is attached to the normal program, and this jumps from the virus back to the normal program to write the algorithm to restore the original entry point. Yeah. This is the algorithm for curing the viruses. But from the point of view of malware writers, there is no much benefits in creating such difficult type of replication of the program, because in nowadays, like 2020 plus, it's easier to write the core functionality of the malware program that will collect the data from the computer and then send this data back to some malware server, and this core functionality is the same as with the virus. Yeah, but then some malware crypto is added to this core functionality, and the purpose of this malware crypto is to prevent computer security specialists from analyzing this file, because the core is difficult to write with all this functionality. To protect the core, the simple malware cryptos are written, and these cryptos are added as the packers to this malicious core. And these cryptos use different simple techniques, like using lots of cycles, lots of obfuscation, which doesn't do lots of useful performance, but all this stuff really prevents computer security specialists from quick analyzing this file. Yeah, and malware cryptos could be written with automatic tools. Yeah, and so these cryptos can be changed almost every day, with the core being the same for different malware programs. And this is about the functionality and the way these malware programs got to the users' computers is from email, from some spam phishing phishing emails when the user opens some email from the spam with the attachment, and the attachment usually have some name like report on something, point PDF or doc, but for real, these files are exe files. The Trojan, these malicious programs, and the purpose of all this stuff is to make the user to download the file from the email and start it on the computer. These malware programs do not replicate themselves the way the viruses do, and their purpose to collect the data from the user's computer and send it back to the malware writer, but without this replication on the computer. That's all right for them just to perform the functionality and then maybe be discovered by the computer specialists and be removed from the computer, because with this automatic creation of malware cryptos and with this spam and phishing techniques through the email, the malware writers can distribute their programs every day, changing the malware cryptos and thus changing the versions of the malware programs, maybe even several times a day, and it's more useful for them, profitable for them, than just spend a lot of time on creating some difficult algorithm of replicating on the system, and when the virus is discovered on the computer and the algorithm of curing the virus is written, all the hard work of the malware writers goes to zero, because they can't use the same virus anymore. But as I said, with malware programs with core functionality plus malware crypto that are usually sent by the email, this problem of writing difficult code for performing this replication does not exist. And these malware programs that contains this core functionality of collecting data and sending it through the internet without infecting the normal programs, these malware programs are called Trojans. According to the legend from, I think, from the Troy by Homer, when the Greeks couldn't win against the city Troy and against the Trojans who lived in this city. So the Greek just left this big horse, and they acted as if they went back to Greece and they stopped this war against the Trojans. And then when Trojans got out of the city and they saw this huge horse that was left by the Greek, the Trojans took this horse. It was an artificial horse. It was like a huge statue made of wood. So the Trojans took this horse inside of the city as the trophy from the Greek. But the Greek warriors were hidden inside of this huge wooden horse, and at night when the Trojans went to bed, went to sleep, the Greek warriors inside the horse, they got out of the horse, opened the doors of Troy city, and they led into the city all the rest of the Greek warriors. And so these warriors killed all the Trojan people who were asleep, and they conquered the city of Troy. So this legend created the term the Trojan horse, which means something that looks as some let's say useful thing, but its core functionality is completely different. With this Trojan horse, it looked like the trophy from the Greek who fled from this battlefield, but in the core it was filled with the Greek warriors. Yeah. And the computer specialists gave this type of programs, malicious programs, that perform some bad functionality but do not does not replicate themselves as the viruses. This name, the Trojan or malware program. And these Trojans have these main characteristics of the Trojan horse from the Greek legend, like when you get the file through the spam, through the email, you think that this particular attachment in the email is something useful like PDF or doc file, and when you execute it, it performs absolutely different functionality of storing your data and sending it back through the internet. Yeah, but in any case, these Trojan programs are standalone programs that have no useful functionality, normal functionality. They were just written for the purpose of being run on the user's machine, and then for collecting the personal data from the user's machine and sending it back to the malware server somewhere on the internet. And when I was introduced to the malware programs, it was easy for me to understand the viruses, because they are described in most of the books that give the introduction to the computer security. And as I said, these books describe the way the viruses replicate and keep themselves on the system by attaching to the normal files. But these books do not give the actual purpose of these viruses, as I said, stealing the information and sending it back to the malware writer. And moreover, these books do not give the information about Trojans as stand-alone malware programs. So when I knew something about viruses from the books, it was difficult for me to understand why these malware programs, Trojans, exist in the world. Yeah, like it's understandable that you start your calculator, and when this calculator is infected by the virus executes automatically, yeah, alongside with the calculator. But it was difficult for me to understand why just ordinary people could execute the standalone program, the standalone Trojan, with no useful for them functionality. How it was possible, and only some time later I understood that these people were tricked to running these Trojan programs by different social engineering techniques, like this spam. When you had you got some letter, like from your boss or from let's say your bank manager, without some particular details on your bank or your company where you work, and then this letter tricks you to download the attachment as if it was, as I said, some PDF or doc form that you need to fill and send back to your bank or to your boss at work. Yeah, but when you run this program to open it as PDF or doc, this program is actually an exe file, and it just performs on your computer. Some standalone Trojan is performed on your computer. And yeah, it was really interesting revelation for me, how the malware writers trick the users to run some Trojans on the users' computers. Or another way of getting the Trojan to your computer is looking for some key generator, or some trainer for the key generator for some official program that you kind of want to crack without paying for the license for it. Yeah. Or having the trainer for the computer game so that you can get some weapon and inventory within the game without getting it through completing different quests. Yeah, it's an understandable way of wishing to have such types of applications, but these are the easy targets for malware writers. Most of the time when you download a keygen or a trainer from the internet, you get not the program that you want, but you get this Trojan that will perform something on your computer and then send some information back to the malware server. And this way of disguising the Trojan as the keygen or the trainer is another way of social engineering. The other way to put the Trojan within your computer system. And the best way to guard yourself from these attacks, the best way to protect yourself from Trojans and malware writers is to use the licensed applications, to buy the licensed application, or to use the free applications from the official sites. Download them from the official sites. Of course, you need to check these files that you get from the official site somewhere in the specific places like VirusTotal site, but I will talk about this particular site in the next videos, because this video took me more than 40 minutes to just show me the two types of these malware programs, compare them, and give you some overview of these malware programs. And so this is end for today.